Well, we just got the announcement for the DLC for Monster Hunter Wilds, and emotions are pretty raw, but I'm gonna try to contain myself, but I gotta say it. It's everywhere. Based on what we've seen so far, I think it's at least safe to assume that the DLC is gonna focus a lot more on what was going on within Wyveria, right? Based on the fact that we're exploring ruins in the sky, which is similar to what was happening in the Iceheart Cliffs with the anti-gravity technology that caused that place to float and get all messed up. I assume some of that is going to be responsible for what's causing this new area to be flying all over the place. Especially considered the DLC is called Monster Hunter Wilds Ascend. I feel like we're going to be spending a predominant amount, if not all of our time, exploring the sky. Now, it would seem that a lot of the exploration of this new area, in some way, shape, or form, at least gets kicked off by the fact that they're guardian monsters that are falling from the sky. And it seems, based on the description of what was being said at the time and the way that the cutscene was like choreographed, it's based on Kushala, who seems to be causing his own extreme weather inclemency to drag these monsters off of their floating castle and throw them down to the ground where the rest of us are. Now, in my last video, this is exactly what I asked for: more development for guardian monsters, and to have the elders come in and have substantially more presence and weight to them. Because I was asking for, since the inclemencies are their own kind of weather apparatus, to showcase the elder dragon's power and its ability to influence things around them, showcase them messing with the environment and significantly disrupting it. Because now, instead of Kushala coming around and blowing the wind around, you at least see the direct impact that it has on the world, which is the guardian monsters being flung off the island. Now, this could just be a clever way of shooting the scene to make it look more interesting and imposing, but we'll see when things keep rolling. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really happy to see Kushala de Yura come back, but me personally, I don't really have any strong negative or positive feelings about him. He was always kind of just like the underwhelming one of the quartet that he's in, of him, Teostra, Kirin, and Chameleos. So I'm just gonna let him rock. But more importantly to me, I don't remember the exact details of this, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like in the ancient civilization, not specifically Wyveria, but back in the, I forget which lore books that were discussing the equal dragon weapon, they were discussing the fact that most of their machinery and their towers were built out of a bunch of Kushala scales. Now, the fact that we're going back to another ancient site, and Kushala is the first elder dragon that they've shown us, and the fact that the equal dragon weapon does exist in the form of Zoshia. I know it's not literally the same thing, but that's just what I've interpreted it as so far. I feel like there might be some lore significance to that being there. But again, this is high-key and entirely just speculation, so we just gotta keep playing it by ear and see what we see. And then you have those odd-looking bird wyverns. I can't lie, they do remind me of Quirapeka a little bit, with the build that they have and the fact that you see them like releasing sonic blast or just loud noises in general, but they're just significantly less colorful. What really drew me in, aside from the designs, it's the fact that they have significantly more organized and strategical pack combat. Because so far a lot of the pack monsters have just felt like, oh look, it's a bunch of the same monsters clumped together in a group. There's nothing really pack-oriented about it besides just a bunch of them being there, and they all just start flailing and slashing at you, and it just becomes a hectic mess. Now, I know that might have been the initial feel, but I feel that's it's like really lackluster in terms of design. So I'm really happy. Again, this could just be clever showcasing or like cutting of the story and whatever to make this look more interesting and intriguing than it is, but based on what I've seen, I'm really happy about this because it seems a lot more organized and the AI seems a lot more capable. Again, I'm just going off of the clip, so I could just be completely wrong and this is just them, but I'm really happy to see them pushing forward in this direction. And on the same topic of monsters, I see the living legend himself, Lao Shanglong. We haven't seen this guy since, like, what was it, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I think was the last time we've seen him. But I'm always glad to have him back. Mostly because now he actually has a lot more time to shine with the better technologies that we have and a deeper understanding of what the players want and enjoy. We will hopefully never ever get what the original Lao Shanglong fight was, which was just a boring slog for 90% of it, and then you get 2% where you battle him a little bit at the end. I pray that that never happens again, and I feel like it won't, because the siege for Safi, Jiva, and Kulv Taroth were really fun. Those were really engaging. Those were great. Loved those. So I expect something of similar caliber, if not better, when it comes to the Lao Shanglong siege. Worst case scenario, they just give us Zoro Magdaros 2 and we just get fucked again. But the other thing that's really fun about this is that Lao Shanglong being here means that there's at least a non-zero chance that we also get Shen Gao Ren. Now I know that that's a bit of a reach, but hey, it's not impossible, and I would really, really love and be happy to take a 2-for-1 deal. Like, I don't think anybody would complain about him being in the game, because we haven't seen that guy since like Freedom Unite. And then you also have not only Gemma's new outfit, which phenomenal, she looks great, big fan. There's also a new plushie, the Yan Katku one that she has seems to have been replaced with Kezu. Now, I'm not going to really take this for anything beyond the fact that it might just be decorative pieces, you know, it's just haha, she likes Kezu or she likes Yan Katku, cool, right? But she had that plushie on her hips with the Yan Katku, and he was in the game. So it's not impossible to assume that because she has the Kezu's also going to be back in the game. Overall, the 2 monsters that they showed us, I'm really satisfied with that so far. Not 2, 3 monsters that they showed us, I'm satisfied with that. But I'm hoping, again, that my wish list comes true and a lot more of those monsters get added in, either in the form of their actual true selves or in like a Guardian way, but we'll wait and see. Now here's what's really, really interesting to me. The trailer starts off with what looks like just your regular Hunter player character, but if you really slow it down, I was shocked to see it, but it looks like it's Nata. Like, he's back again, and I'm hoping that he's in a more prominent role this time, because I really enjoyed watching his arc throughout the story and watching him grow into being a hunter and understand what it truly means to function as a part of the guild and help out within the ecosystem. Sure, a lot of people, I don't understand why, don't like his story arc or don't like his character. I think he's great. I think he's a sweet kid that's trying his best to understand the world around him after losing everything that he has, and he's trying his best, so I respect that, and I like the fact that he's trying and he is growing. So what seems like a time skip, because he seems a little bit bigger and just being a lot more capable. So I feel like that's a good sign. That's a great sign, actually, because I'd rather him be doing whatever he's gonna do now rather than sit in camp and just tell me that, hey Hunter, your items are ready, or something along those lines. And now we have the piece de resistance, the boost bracer. Now this seems like a Devil Trigger kind of esque hybrid. I'm bullshitting a little bit there, but it just seems like it drastically speeds up combat a little bit and gives you a lot more maneuverability, damage, and options to fight with. Now, I'm gonna have to wait and see how this is implemented. Does it look cool as shit? Of course it does. Everything in Monster Hunter looks cool as shit. But I'm really, really curious as to what this is gonna turn out to be like, because I love seeing the movement that it gave Greatsword, because of course it gives Greatsword great movement, because it's fucking Greatsword. That's the Pikachu of Monster Hunter. That's phenomenal. I expect it to be like that, right? And I like the extra guard counter that it gives Gunlance. That looks fun as hell. But I'm just trying to wait to see what that adds, because there's just not enough in just that one clip to really comment on it. Now, I say this because I think every Monster Hunter game is amazing, right? Each of them take bits and pieces from all the ones that came before, they improve upon them, they add them to their collective whole with their own unique twists and ideas as well. And I think each of them take from that one and they keep building. It's like a staircase, each one leading up to something better. And I keep saying that I feel like Wilds is the culmination of all of those things, and I'm gonna die on that hill. But I'm just incredibly excited to see what that's gonna look like, because I feel like we're gonna get aspects from both Wirebugs, Hunter Arts, and the Clutch Claw with this thing. So we just gotta wait and see though. But going forward, I am incredibly hopeful, and I've always been hopeful, but I'm even more hopeful now. So I'll see you later. And I'm still banking on our Hunter being a Wilk super soldier. I'm not letting that go.